This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. 4th of July is this Friday, but before your family celebrates, Kirksville Fire Department wants to make sure everyone knows about fireworks safety. And this morning we have Captain Joe Schilling with the Kirksville Fire Department to share some tips with us. How are you doing today?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. So this is a fun time, but it's also a dangerous time for anybody involved, whether you are lighting off fireworks or living near somebody lighting off fireworks. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the city ordinances. When can we light fireworks in the city of Kirksville?
City of Kirksville has an ordinance that you can start actually shooting on your own property, fireworks off, starting in June 30th through July 5th.
Okay. And that's from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
All right, so how common is it to get calls to the fire department when it comes to injury or even some sort of damage dealing with fireworks?
Well, during the 4th of July week, we average probably out of our calls during the days and nights, we probably average around 40 to 50% of our calls basically have something to do with a firework.
All right, and it's windy right now, so we do apologize with flying paper. So when it comes to windy days like this, what should we keep in mind when we are lighting fireworks?
Well, you need to know what's down the hill from you, downwind of you. You need to know where your fireworks is going to land. If it lands on somebody else's property and catches fire, you could be liable. So we want you to know that, it's a hard thing to prove, but if you're wanting to be a good neighbor, you want to know about the wind. You want to know where you're going to be shooting, yet you have a clear area. You want to be able to shoot the stuff out safely and not cause anybody else any damage or harm.
All right, when it comes to fireworks, we have several on display, everything from sparklers to smoke bombs to stuff that shoots out things. What is the most dangerous when it comes to this?
Well, the things that actually set on themselves have their own type of base or something, those are the safest ones because you can light them under control. But the ones that you want to put in your hands, like the pop rockets, the firecrackers, those things like that seem to be what causes us the most problem. And even the household sparkler, everybody's favorite sparkler,
right?
It burns at 2,000 degrees. It's a very hot temperature type deal, and it's kind of something you could use for welding.
Yeah.
It's such a heat source. So we just want to make sure everybody understands that these are very hot, violent things and that they need to be respected.
Okay. And also, earlier I tried to light this, but because of the wind, it didn't allow me to light it. You also said don't use lighters when lighting fireworks. Why is that?
Well, because of the way you spark it, it can flash out and actually have a wider burn pattern than what the punk does that's actually pre-made to put those and turn those on. So you want to use that so that you're hitting the end of the fuse instead of hitting maybe halfway down through the fuse. Some of these fuses burn slow, some of them burn fast, and that's where we find the problem is people don't determine how quick they are. They get too far up on it, they light it, and then it hits before they can get out of there, or they're leaning over it when they light it with one of those lighters like that. So you want to make sure you keep away, and that's why the punk has that longer stem, is to keep you away from it and keep your head and everything from over the top of it.
All right. And another recommendation that you guys have is to have a bucket of water on hand. Why is that?
Well, you want to cool the stuff down even after you're done with it. You never want to go and have something come and light off while you're next to it. So we always talk about putting them in a bucket, spraying them with a garden hose, making sure that you spray them away from the projected path. Because basically what happens is about 57% of all injuries are burns, and usually around 40% of those are with the hands and fingertips. Because we always do everything with our hands and stuff, so that's what we want to protect you from. But we also have people that lean over and get it in their face, lacerations and punctures and stuff like that. So we just want to tell everybody, take your time, use safety, have a great 4th of July, be safe, and that way nobody gets hurt. And if you do some of these tips, hopefully you'll have a safe and wonderful 4th of July.
All right, and with these fireworks, like you had just mentioned, that the hands and the eyes are the most common injuries. What should we do if we accidentally burn our hand or anything before you come? I know obviously we call you, but what are things we can do to make sure that we could stop the pain?
Well, don't use any home remedies. Basically, just take copious amounts of water and keep flushing it till we get there. That way it cools it down, takes away from the burning action that's happening. When we get there, we'll wrap it up in sterile gauze and we'll take care of it after that. But stay away from the butters and all this home remedy stuff. Just use your water to cool it down. until we get there, and then we'll try to take care of it. And if it's in the eyes, make sure you go from the in to the out. You don't want to have water actually pooling up into the corner inside. You want to pool, so you want to flush it away. And that way it goes away from the eye.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just, these fireworks are very dangerous, but if they're handled right and done with supervision, parent supervision or adult supervision, you can have a safe and wonderful 4th of July. And that's all we want to do is, we just soon stay in our firehouse and not get out at all on any of these. And if you guys can take that time and precaution, hopefully everybody can have a safe and wonderful 4th of July.
All right. Thank you so much, Captain Schilling.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.